Okay, so goal setting. Things we need to know. Definitions and types of goals. This idea of SMART targets, how that helps, and then how we evaluate our use of goals. All right. I'll show you some, or I'll talk through some of the questions that might come up in this, but that's it. Don't worry too much about getting this down, because each slide is a kind of one of these, so you'll get it naturally as we go through. Okay, first of all, two different types of goals. Performance goals and outcome goals, and you need to know the difference. Performance goals is a personal standard to be achieved. The performer compares their performance against what they've already done or suggests what they're going to do. There is no comparison with other performances. Outcome goals, they focus on the end result. Now, I'll give you a personal example here. As a rugby player, I could have a performance goal, which might be make 10 tackles in the game, take 5 ball carries, get 5 turnovers, something like that. They would be performance goals. It's related to me, nothing else. Then you've got outcome goal, which would just be me simply saying, do everything I can to win the game, and we want to win. The result is the outcome. Right, so that's the difference: performance goals and outcome goals. Make sure you understand that. Okay, performance and outcome goals. I've just given you my example. Here's another one. A 400-metre runner may wish to improve their personal best. That's a performance. May hope to better start than the last race. That is a performance goal. They may aim to dip when crossing the line. Performance goal. An outcome, okay, is what matters. So a netball player just win the game. All right. A 400-metre runner may have a performance. They might be performance, and an outcome would just be to win the race, to win the goal, to do whatever. Okay. May wish to score 2 goals to increase their team's goal difference. That would be an outcome as well, but to make sure that they create this goal difference as opposed to something else. All right. Use of outcome or performance. They can be combined. So which one's best, when, blah, blah, blah. You just need to understand this. It's generally accepted that beginners should focus on basically performance goals, not outcome goals, because they're still learning. They might be relying on other people, all of these things. So for them, performance goals are best. Beginners usually prefer to avoid performance goals. Failure could demotivate them. It might be that winning may be an unrealistic goal. Okay, beginners may be better concentrating on performance goals and trying to better themselves without worrying about the result itself. On the other hand, elite, so top athletes, are sometimes driven by one thing, and that is winning. Okay, the use of performance goals can help motivate them, in the weeks of the build-up. But at the end of the day, like if you look at athletes, they have a sole outcome goal, which will be winning the Olympics or winning the World Championships or whatever it may be. And then they would have small performance goals in and around leading up to that, but they still have their main outcome goal. Okay. SMART targets, you may have heard these before. You're going to need to know about 2 marks for each one. So you could write these out now, or as we go through, actually what each one is. So SMART target: specific, measurable, accepted, realistic, and time-bound. Okay, specific. To the demands of the sport, muscles used, movements involved. There was no point in me saying I'm going to, do something about swimming, and then what I'm actually doing is cycling. It's not to the demands of the sport. You have to make sure that your targets fit what you want. If you want to get bigger and stronger, then there's no point in just going to the gym and doing, funny little bicep curls and expecting to get bigger. You have to go and do big movements. You have to be specific about what you're going to do. Measurable. Okay, it must be possible to measure whether you've met them. So whether that's size of a muscle, the amount you're lifting, a speed, something like that has to be measurable to know that you've missed it. Accepted. This is about it being agreed by the performer and the coach, making sure you've maybe even yourself running it past somebody, your coach, like, is this a good target? That they can go, yeah, that is good, that makes sense. Okay, we accept it. You've set yourself that challenge. Realistic, it must actually be possible. Okay, so it has to be within the realms of your physical capabilities to achieve that. If I suddenly went, I want to win the Olympics next, 100 meters next in 3 years, that is not realistic. Okay, there is no chance, unfortunately. I might be able to say, you know, I could improve my 100-meter time by 2 seconds or something, and that could be realistic, but not get to the you know the Olympic final. Time bound is just saying it's just not, you know, I will at some point do it. You can't say that. You have to say, you know, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, you know, a year, whatever. That there is some form of, this is when this target, these things, these demands that you've set yourself are actually going to happen. I put this one out. So for me, smart in rugby, you're going to write your own example before to come to the lesson. So this is me. I intend that over the next 3 games to make ground every time I pick the ball up as a number 8 in a scrum. This is specific to my position, number 8. It's measurable because I can say every time. Okay. And whether I do make ground, it's accepted. It's good by me, and my coach have said it. It's realistic. I could do that. There's no reason at number 8 I shouldn't do that. And over the next 3 games is time bound. So can you, okay, before you come to the lesson, you've made all notes on this, can you also come up with your own paragraph about your sport, rugby, football, table tennis, cricket, basketball, that shows that you understand those smart, specific, measurable, accepted, realistic time bound. Okay, thank you, bye.